Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Floss, back again with another video. And today I'm going to answer the main question about the Huawei MateBook X. Is this a good buy or is it goodbye? Now, what do I mean by that? Shout out to everybody who watched the unboxing video. This is a pre-production unit that I got from Huawei to do a review. Now, I keep this for 2 weeks, then I send it back. Now, a lot of times when I get pre-production products, if it's something that I'm really feeling, I got to go out and buy it. Now, if I'm not feeling it that much, I just let it go. Goodbye. Well, to answer that question, is this a good buy or is it goodbye? This is a 100% good buy. And not only is it a good buy, I'm buying this right now as we speak. Pre-order the cart. Protection plan, no thanks. On a scale of 1 to 10, this is a major go, and I need this in my rotation ASAP. Now, just like any other product that I review, there's always going to be some things that I don't like, so we'll talk about those first. Number 1, the price. Now, shout out to everybody who watched the unboxing video. That was before they announced the price, and I told y'all I heard through the grapevine that they was going to be wanting $1,500 for the Intel iCore 7 version, and I said that price is too high. I said, Huawei, if y'all listening, y'all need to drop the price. And shout out to Huawei. They was listening. They dropped the price, but they didn't drop it enough. Now, if you want the Intel Core i5 version, that's 8 gigs of RAM with 256 SSD, that's going to run you $1,100. Now, if you want this one, this is the Intel Core i7 version. This also has 8 gigs of RAM with 512 SSD. This one is going to run you $1,300. Now, for me, that price is a little bit too high. And I'll tell you why. You're bordering on Apple MacBook prices. Now look, here's the thing. If you're buying a MacBook, you got to pay to play. Everybody knows that. But if you want a MacBook and you want Mac OS, you don't have any choices. All right, you can only buy what's out, or you can buy last year's version or get a refurbished one if you want to save a couple of dollars. But when it comes to buying Windows laptops, if you go on Amazon right now and type in Windows laptops, you're going to get 1,000 choices. You got Asus, you got HP, you got Sony, Samsung, you got Toshiba. You got 1,001 different laptops that range from $200 all the way to $2,000. And you got touchscreen, non-touchscreen, you got detachable keyboards. You got too many choices. So now in the Windows game, $1,300 for a laptop that doesn't have maximum performance, and we'll talk about that in a minute. The price is just a little bit too high. Now, am I still going to buy this? Of course. But all I'm saying is the price is too high. Now, look, I will mention this. This is the Starbucks laptop, and I'll tell you why I call it that in a minute. But anyway, let me not go too far off track. Price a little bit too high. Now, if it was up to me, I would have been charging maybe $900 for the Intel Core i5 version and $1,100 for the Intel Core i7. These things would have been flying off the shelf, especially with this build quality and what it's capable of. But it is what it is. I digress. Next. Now, here's the next thing that I don't like, the charging ports. Now, you can only charge this up from the left side. You see it has that little battery symbol? You can't charge it from the right side. Now, is that the biggest deal in the world? No. But depending on where you're sitting at, if you're sitting somewhere and the outlet is on the left side, then it's cool. Your plug is right there. But if the outlet is on the right side, you're going to have your wire draped around underneath your lap or going around the back. It's just annoying. It would have been nice if you could have charged up from both sides. Next, the keyboard brightness. Now, I'll show you that in a minute when I demo the computer a little bit more. But this does have backlit keys, but the backlit keys, they're not that bright. Now, for $1,300 or $1,100, depending on which model you get, they should have had a brighter keyboard. Now, I can show you this Beats laptop that's about $600-700. Big, giant, bright red keys that you can see in the middle of the night, twice as bright as this, for half the price. So I don't like that. Next, the front-facing camera. Now, this does have a front-facing camera. It's 1 megapixel. Yes, you heard that right. 1 megapixel, and it shoots 720 video. Now, how can I put this? The camera's trash. All right, now, if you're buying this laptop to do video blogging or make videos off of, don't. Now, does it work for Skype calls and your video chat? Yes, but the picture comes out a little bit choppy, and if you're trying to take selfies with it, don't. All right, the front-facing camera, the best word I can use to describe it is trash. Next, now this has to do with performance. Now I'm going to give y'all some major advice right now. If you're buying this computer for gaming, don't. Now, I'm not a big computer gamer, but I did play some games just to test this out. I connected the controller, played a few video games on it, and some of them ran smooth and some of them ran choppy. Now, I played the same games on my MacBook and on some of my other laptops, and the same game ran more smooth. So performance-wise on this one, for gaming, don't buy this for gaming. Now, and here's the second thing, editing videos. Now, if you're buying this, you're some kind of YouTube content creator, and you're going to edit your videos, do not buy this for editing. All right? Don't do it to yourself. Buy something else, get an Asus, get something that's, a little bit more heavy, heavy processing power. This one is no good for gaming and no good for editing videos. I tried to edit a video on this and it was taking forever. All right? It was almost unusable. Now, you can use it depending on what kind of videos you make or whatever, but I would say stay away from this for editing videos. Next. Now, of course, I got to be a little bit petty. Y'all know they call me Petty Roosevelt. No touchscreen. Now, comparing this to an Apple MacBook, no Apple computers have touchscreen. So if you one of these people that only use Apple computers, you never had touchscreen, so you don't know about that. But Windows laptops, a lot of them have touchscreens, like this Beats one right here. Fully functional touchscreen laptop. Once you get used to using a Windows computer and Windows touchscreen, you're gonna want a touchscreen laptop. Now, for $1,300, would have been nice to have touchscreen. They don't have it. Am I knocking them for that? No, but it's just something I wish they would have had on deck. And lastly, now, matter of fact, we got two more things. I got to be petty. Next, no ports. Now, you only get two ports. You get a headphone jack and a USB Type-C. And on the other side, USB Type-C. Now, of course, this is a super thin laptop, so you're not going to have a HDMI port. You're not going to have your micro SD card slot on the side. You're not going to have a whole bunch of USB-A slots. You're not going to have a bunch of slots on a thin laptop like this. And even on the MacBooks, they don't have the slots like that either. Okay, fine. But for $1,300, no slots on deck. I don't like that. Now, one thing I will say is you do get the Mate Dock 2. So you plug this in. Now you got USB-A, you got HDMI, you got VGA, and you got another USB Type-C. But if you leave this home, then you're going to be stuck doing basic functions on your computer because you got no CD-ROM. You can't drop a micro SD card in there. So if you're going on a trip to Cali and or wherever you're going, and you got your micro SD card and you got a whole bunch of movies on it, if you leave this home, pretty much worthless. All right, so no slots, no ports. Not the biggest deal in the world because you're sacrificing that for the thinness. All right, so that's pretty much everything that I don't like. I don't want to sound like I'm bashing because y'all see I just ordered this. There's a lot of things that I do like. Now let's talk about everything that I do like. Shout out to White Shoes, back in the building. All right, here we go. Number one, the look. Now the look of this computer, let me wipe this down a little bit. The look of this is nothing short of badass. All right, that's why I call this the Starbucks computer. This is the one you want when you go up in Starbucks and you sit down, you order your Frappuccino. All right, you got on your silk scarf. You open this up and you're doing it big. All right, the look and feel of this is incredible. All right, this looks badass. Now look, I just said look again. Look, a lot of times when you buy products, you're buying them for the way they look. Put these side by side, this Beats laptop and this one. Look at the difference. One looks ultra premium and one looks like something that you'll see a high school student with doing some high school work. This doesn't look premium, doesn't have a great look to it. This just looks like something that an executive will pull out of a nice leather satchel, drop it on the Starbucks table and rock out. So the look of this That's what you're paying for. All right. So now when you start thinking about that ridiculous price, $1,100, $1,300, add the look into that price. Next, the build. Now here's another thing. This is one of my top 3 features about this laptop, the build quality. This is metallic unibody. All right, it's 12.5 millimeters thin, super thin, and it only weighs 2.3 pounds. Now I did some tests. I have my iPad Pro with the keyboard case, carrying it in the same bag, and the iPad Pro almost feels like it weighs more than this. And that's just a tablet and a keyboard. This is a fully functional laptop. All right, so the build quality on this is amazing. This is what you're paying for. All right, you got your 4 rubber stoppers on the bottom. It's super lightweight, has that premium feel to it. Comes in 3 colors. Got space gray. I think they have rose gold. I'm not sure. On Amazon, they only got space gray and gold. I think they have a rose gold, but I got to double check on that. Now, you can easily open this with one hand. Now, one thing I will say is with the one hand opening, this computer is so light. When you do open it with one hand, it tends to lift off the table a little bit. Now, I'm sitting behind the camera with my arms fully stretched out, so I'm in an unnatural position, but it is easy to open and close. So the build quality on this, that's what you're paying for also. So factor that into the price, the look, the feel, and the build. Minimum branding on the top, not OD. Now, I would have liked it better if it had maybe just a little H instead of the full word, or maybe just some palm trees symbolizing Hawaii. Shout out to Hawaii. But it is what it is. Minimum branding, not crazy. Let's keep it moving. Next. Now, here's another feature that I like about this. Boot up speed. Now, stretched out, it is hard to open with one hand. Check out the boot up speed. Now, this is completely off. All right, now I'm just going to turn it on. Press the power button. Watch the boot up speed. Now, this is from completely off to on. Now, you see, it just registered my fingerprint and now it activated. That is ridiculous. That's less than 25 seconds. No phone that's out right now boots up that fast. None that I got. All right, now I got all these phones, got the Pixel, the iPhone, the LG V20, all of these phones, none of them boot up that fast. This is a laptop. Look how fast that boots up. Now, I want to show you something else. Let's put it into sleep mode. This is something that we got to talk about. This is the next thing that I'm feeling, the fingerprint sensor. Now, I'm going to use a different finger. Couldn't recognize. Now watch when I use my correct finger. Look how fast that just opens up. Now shout out to Huawei. They always do it big with the fingerprint sensors. And this is another one. All right, hashtag another one. Fingerprint sensor built into the power button. That's one of the best features about this laptop. So when you take this out of your bag and you order your Frappuccino, as soon as you open this up, you hit the button. 25 seconds later, you're ready to rock out. All right, so no hesitation, no spinning arrows, no clockworks, none of that stuff. Immediate boot up speed. Definitely feeling that. Definitely feeling the fingerprint sensor. No lag. Works 100% of the time. Next. Now let's talk about the display. This is a 13-inch display. All right, now it's 2K. That's 2160 by 1440 on the resolution. You got Gorilla Glass. The bezels on the side, 4.4 millimeters thin. So that's 88% screen to body ratio. In other words, what does that mean in English? The display is simply beautiful. Let me just open up a web page real quick. Okay. I'll pause that real quick. Oh, we got to talk about these speakers. Woo. The display on this, look at that. Look at the bezels. Now, if I open up, I don't even want to open up this Beats laptop because it's going to be a disgrace. The bezels are about 5 inches thick. It's ridiculous. Bezels on this, barely visible. Now, you got the 3:2 aspect ratio. So when you're watching videos, you're going to see the whole screen. Brightness levels on this. Now, we're going to have to talk about that in a minute. Matter of fact, let me not go too far. We'll talk about that in a minute. Anyway, the display on this, 2K resolution, beautiful. Now, I compared it to my daughter. She got the Apple, the 12-inch MateBook. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. The MateBook display looks a little bit more vibrant, looks a little bit better. But compared to all of the Windows laptops that I got, this is the best looking display. And with the bezel-less trim, it just makes it look even better. All right, so you're going to love that. The display made you go. Now, this brings me to the next thing that I like, which is by far, not even close, by far the best feature about this laptop is the speakers. Now, this is what you call a media laptop. You're not buying this laptop to edit videos. You're not buying this laptop to do heavy gaming and all that crazy stuff. This laptop is perfect for media. You're going on that flight. You got a 6-hour flight and you want your laptop and you want to sit in the back and listen to music. Maybe nobody's next to you on the plane. You don't have to use your headphones. You're sitting in the waiting room. You're sitting in the airport at those little tables, at the charging stations. You're sitting at Starbucks, wherever you at. If you're somewhere where you can play your music, even at work, at your desk, and you can play your music and play it loud, you're going to love these speakers. They sound incredible. Listen to this real quick. I want to show y'all something else. Let's open up Dolby Atmos. I'm going to pull this a little closer to the mic. Listen to this. Wait for that bass drop. Woo! Speakers are incredible. All right, now, I'm not even being a hype beast. This is actually the reason why I'm buying this laptop. Now, I'm buying this laptop really personally for 3 reasons. Number one, the look, the build, and the way it feels. The aluminum unibody, buying it for that. Number 2, the display, buying it for that. But the most important reason that I'm buying this is for the speakers. All right, now this is to go to the beach, go to the park, go out somewhere and just sit down and chill, listen to your YouTube videos, watch your Instagram videos, but the sound on this. Now you got Dolby Atmos, so if you want, you could change from dynamic to movie, music, game, voice. Now I showed y'all this in the unboxing. You can also personalize the settings. All right, so you could, if you want, put more bass, more treble. I find dynamic is the best. All right, so I'm just gonna leave it on dynamic. The sound on these speakers, if you're watching a movie, you're watching a video, whatever you're doing, it's just crazy. Yeah? The sound is just crazy. All right, so that's why I'm buying the speakers. You're going to love that. Trust me. Next, speaking of the beach, the keyboard. Now, look, I'm not going to turn this into a big tech spec review. We're not going to talk about keyboard, click speed and travel and all that. Look, man, you buying this, you're going to be just typing on your websites. You're going to be typing just basic stuff. Now, it depends. Now, if you're buying this to do business stuff and you're going to be typing all day, then you might care about all that stuff. But me, I don't really care about that stuff too much. The keyboard does have a nice click to it. Very responsive. Same thing with the trackpad. Now, you can increase the trackpad speed just like any other Windows laptop. Put it on max if you want to get maximum trackpad responsiveness. I know, I'll just be killing y'all with the words. But the main thing about this keyboard is it's splash proof. Now, let me add that to my list. That's number 4. That's another reason why I needed to have this splash proof keyboard. When's the last time you've seen that on a laptop? Now, I don't know. Shout out to everybody who used to watch my Amazon Warrior streams. Y'all remember this computer right here. This is why y'all don't see that one too much. I was streaming one night and I used my laptop to look at the comments. And I had a big glass of Ciroc and lemonade, and Xerxes jumped on the table, knocked it onto the laptop. I don't know if y'all was watching that stream. It was live though. Wiped it off, fine, everything was cool. But the next day I had some sticky keyboards. You know how long it took me to get this keyboard back to not even stock, because it still has some stickiness and still has a little bit of delays on certain keys. It just took forever and it wasn't worth it. With this one right here, now you got the splash proof keyboard. So now if I'm outside, if I'm at Starbucks and I happen to throw some Hennessy into my Frappuccino and I start getting twisted and I accidentally knock it over onto my keyboard, all I got to do is take my microfiber cleaning cloth, wipe it down, and the keyboard is good as new. Splash proof keyboard, that is a major win. Now, look, in this day and age, 2017, all products that come out, they should be water resistant and splash proof. Now, a lot of people don't care about that stuff, but ask anybody that ever had to replace a laptop or replace a cell phone due to water damage, do you care about that? And they're going to care. Now, I had to replace a laptop due to water damage. I had to replace mad cell phones due to water damage. That's why water resistant is always in one of the things that I like versus the things that I don't like. So you got splash proof keyboard. That's a major go. Trackpad, keys, key clicks, everything is good. Next. Now, here's another thing that I like about this laptop that I like actually better than the MacBook is there's no fan. All right, so no fan on this laptop. Now, a lot of people, when I did the unboxing video, was asking me, does this overheat? And the answer is no. Now, I used this on the 4th of July, the whole day. Y'all notice I've been MIA the last couple of days. I've been working on some other stuff, but I've been using this heavy, basically for media. All right, so I got two laptops open, one that I'm using for business stuff, and using this one basically for media. Using this all day, plug it in when the battery dies, use it again, never heats up. Now, underneath, it does get a little bit warm. So if this is sitting on your lap, you will feel a little warm sensation. You're not going to get that burning sensation that you get with the Beats laptop or some of these other Asus ones. And you're not going to have that loud fan sound. Now, that's one of the things that I hate about the MacBook. That fan sound is so loud, especially now if you're trying to vlog or you're trying to make a video and using your MacBook, you're going to have to compensate for that fan sound. Now, y'all cats that used to watch my stream, remember back in the days when I was first learning how to set everything up? People used to be like, what's that sound in the background? That was my MacBook fan. So right now you got the no fan. Now that's because of the Intel, the new U chips and all that. Look, we don't have to get into all that tech mumbo jumbo. Just know that it has some technology built inside of the laptop that keeps it cool. All right, it throttles down when it starts heating up, but you don't notice any lag. Now I notice, matter of fact, I wouldn't say any lag. You don't notice too much lag. I notice a little hiccup here and there when I let it rock straight out, but no fan. When you're sitting in Starbucks drinking that Frappuccino, the last thing you want to have is a big fan sound off of a chic looking laptop like this. You don't need that. So the no fan on this, that's a major bonus. Next, now let's talk about battery life. Now I could have easily put this on something that I don't like, but it all depends on the user. Now for me, battery life on this, it's a little bit suspect, but that's because I'm a little bit suspect the way I use these things. Now I have a problem when I use laptops, tablets, computers, phones, anything that has an LCD or LED display. I like to have the display on max brightness. I'm not paying $1,300 for a laptop and I got the brightness on minimum or brightness on halfway where I can't enjoy it. You got a 2K display and you got the brightness all the way on 10%. You might as well have a 720p display. You're not enjoying it. So me, when I get products and I get, stuff that has expensive, fancy displays, I like to get the most out of them. So when I'm using this laptop, I got the display on max brightness at all times. Now, when you're using this outside, you're going to have to add some brightness to it. So that's going to eat up some of your battery. Inside, you can play with it, do what you want. But from my usage, I'm getting about 5 hours of direct use, heavy use, videos, internet browser open on the other side, adult websites open on the other side. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm just kidding. But 5 hours, heavy use. Now, I could easily switch that and get 7 or 8 if I turn the brightness down, if I, put on a battery saving. They have a whole bunch of, tips and tricks that you can use. But if you like me and you're just going to put the screen on max brightness and you want to see that big 2K display in full glory, you're going to get 5 hours of battery life. Now, is that the best? No. Is that the worst? No. Not the best, not the worst. Now, one thing I will say is charging this up is fast. So now once you turn this completely off, it takes 2 hours to charge back up. Now, if you're charging it while it's on, I notice it takes about 3.5 hours to charge back to 100 while I'm still using it. So battery life, it could go either way. It's not a deal breaker for me though. 5 hours, that's cool. If I was taking a flight that was 6 hours, then I just put the brightness on 50%. But if I'm taking a 3-hour flight, I need max brightness. Next, what else? MateDock 2. All right, now you get this in the box. This is a nice touch right here. It's USB Type-C connection, so you can plug it into either side. You got one USB-A. So now if you want to, you can add a USB hub. This way you have 4 more, which I already tried and it does work. You can add a CD-ROM. You can add your micro SD card slot. You can add a flash drive. You got your HDMI, VGA, and another USB Type-C. All right, so the MateDock X. Now, if you lose this, I'm just going to guess. I say they're going to charge you $50 for this. I could be wrong. We'll see. But this seems like about a $50 product. So you definitely don't want to lose this. Now, here's another question a lot of people was asking me when it comes to the charging. Do you have to use the charger that came in the box? Now, if you want the fast charge, you're going to have to use the charger that came in the box. But if you want to, you can use your regular cell phone charger. Now, I tried it. I tried it a bunch of times, and it works. So that's kind of dope. So now this way, if you got this in your bag, you don't have to keep lugging around your charger from your house. If you happen to have your one phone charger or your portable battery charger, you can use that to charge up the laptop. Depending on which portable battery charger you have, it's going to charge slower. Now I'm using a big giant Zero Lemon Tough Juice, and I did charge it outside using it, but it's just going to charge mad slow, but it will work. Anyway, one more thing. Let's talk about the floss factor. All right. Now y'all know what's the floss factor. If you don't know what the floss factor is, just go watch any of my phone reviews. But all my hardcore viewers and subscribers, y'all know what the floss factor is. That means when you go outside and you pull this out, where are you sitting on the food chain? You pull this out, somebody pulls out this big HP Beats laptop, somebody got a MacBook, somebody got a Surface, somebody got an Asus, somebody got a gaming laptop. Where do you fit in the food chain? Well, I would say this. If you pull out this Huawei MateBook X, you are sitting on top of the food chain. It's only you and the dude next to you with the Apple MacBook. Both of y'all gonna be looking at each other and smiling because both of y'all are sitting on top of the food chain. The gold version, this is everything. Now, the space gray version, I've never seen it in person, but I'm pretty sure it looks exactly like an Apple space gray laptop. Get the gold version. Fingerprint status on this. Yeah, you will get some fingerprints. You will get some fried chicken grease stains, but it's easily manageable with a nice microfiber cleaning cloth. But once you pull this out outside, you're going to be shitting on everybody. This is a go. All right, trust me. This just looks and feels executive. All right, this is premium. This is the Starbucks laptop right here. Now, I really don't even chill in Starbucks, but as soon as I get this in the mail, I'm going to have to start going to Starbucks just so I can front. Anyway, that's my full review of the MateBook X. Like I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, this is a major go. Now, look, if you planning on buying this just for the speakers and the display and just to watch YouTube videos, don't bother getting the i7. Get the i5. Save $200. Now, the i7, yeah, you know, it's a little bit more powerful. You get more SSD. All right, cool. But that's your choice. You got a $200 difference. Anyway, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this. Shout out to everybody that rock with me on Facebook, Foursquare, Twitter, Google+. Shout out to all the Google gangsters. I see y'all holding down that Facebook page. Shout out to everybody hitting me up on Voxer. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with me on Instagram. Y'all know that's where I'm at full time, 100% full throttle. And a special shout out to everybody rocking with the new stream on Sundays. Y'all already know, Stream Gangsters on deck. Get your drinks ready. No meat boys allowed. Oh yeah, special shout out to everybody following me on Snapchat, Flossy_Carter. That's where I'm at. And a special shout out to the notification squad. I see y'all in the comment section early. #salute. Oh yeah, one more thing. I almost forgot. Fellas, ladies, say it with me. All y'all haters, all y'all trolls, close your eyes and picture me rolling. It's your boy Floss, I'm out. Deuces. Spock, one to beam up. Energize.